blood-curdling stuff about a generation of bloodshed. But what did you make about the more precise, focused detail of those sanctions that may just mean more to Russian wallets than Russian tanks?
Well, it's interesting. The support base that's keeping Putin and keeping his presidency going are the wider oligarchs and their financial backing. They've got the ability to bring him down if they so desire, and they're the only organizations or people that have got that ability. So if they feel that their money is being tied up and all of a sudden their lifestyles are being badly affected, that's the only way to potentially influence Vladimir Putin's political and diplomatic decision making.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you said that, because when I listened to it, I thought, oh, God, yeah, but you know what you're talking about. I'm just a mere commentator. Two specific points. Quotes Johnson: "We will make it impossible for them, the oligarchs, to raise finance on the London capital markets." And secondly, crucially, "We will open up the Matryoshka dolls, those multiple stack dolls, of Russian-owned companies and entities, to find out the ultimate beneficiaries." He's on their case, they'll blink.
Yeah, they will do. And this is the only real way of putting pressure on Putin. You know, London is an international financial centre, and that's why an awful lot of Russian money and money from other regimes around the world is focused through London. Everyone jumps on it and puts it as purely political. It's because we are at the centre of the global economic might. And any sanctions that are taken through London and any restrictions that are put through London will then be reflected in global markets around the world. So this is a very, very real threat to Putin. Do I think it'll stop him? No.
No. That's fascinating. We'll bank that one and maybe say a little prayer, but reflect upon it. The other thing that he's gambling on is going online, directly talking to the Russian people, saying if your leader Putin invades, the coffins of your sons and daughters will stack up.
Yeah, and it's right and proper that he does that. You know, in our interconnected world, our world leaders, unlike the way President Trump did it, but our world leaders need to engage. It's almost certainly not Boris Johnson himself. It'll be his staff putting this out and very carefully worded messages. But you have to remember that the internet is filtered in Russia, and therefore a lot of these will probably not get through to the Russian people. Not that the Russian people have got much of a say on this.
Fascinating. Do you believe that the false flag and cyber conflict are, in effect, already underway? I mean, there's a lot of misinformation, to be fair, on both sides, and you can understand that's the way these things are played. But in your take, objective and professional, are we already in conflict with false flags and cyber warfare?
I think it started. You know, it's what I describe as a classic playbook. Putin and Lavrov, his foreign minister, love the Kosovo scenario, that where NATO went in on humanitarian grounds into Kosovo to protect the people from humanitarian disaster. He's trying to engineer that in Donbass, and everything that we're seeing at the minute is working along that playbook.